Hello and welcome to Sunday Night with TCF, presented by The Loop Sports. I am Zach Lilia, and you can follow me at ZLiliaTCF. You can follow Typical Chicago Fans main page on Twitter at Typical_Chicago. You can follow The Loop Sports on Twitter at The Loops_Sports. You can follow us on Instagram at Typical Chicago Fans and on Facebook at Typical Chicago Fans, where you're watching us right now. And you can follow The Loop Sports on Instagram and Facebook at The Loop Sports.
That's true. You are correct. I'm Boomy. You can follow me at BoomyTCF. Make sure you follow or subscribe to the YouTube page. Just go on to YouTube, type in Typical Chicago Fans, and it'll take you right to our page. Hit the little red subscribe button. If you're an Apple user, go ahead and find us on Apple Podcasts. If you are not an Apple user, we are on Spotify. Make sure you follow us on there. Make sure if you do any of those that you take a screenshot and send it to us, and your name will be entered into a drawing to win a free TCF shirt.
Yes, we have a new shipment of shirts. We already have about 6 or so sold.
Yep.
So we're going through them. We are here. It is February 24th, and the Blackhawks play this afternoon. It's our first Sunday night that we've ever done, I think. So
weird
we'll see
time for us.
It's a good time, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
You're trying to keep the Sunday scaries away for just a little bit longer, so that's what we are here for. But let's move into first of all, sorry, almost forgot. Thank you to our sponsor, SeatGeek. Use the promo code TheLoopSports in all caps, and you get $20 off your first purchase of over $30. 26shirts.com. Great shirts. I think they just got a new shipment of, or a new batch of Cubs shirts.
Yep.
Because spring train's right now.
Yeah.
We actually we are no longer going to be without. We are not going to be without Chicago sports. Chicago baseball, my fault, till at least hopefully the last day of the World Series. So for the Cubs,
we can only hope so.
And Monkey Knife Fight, you use the promo code Loop, and you get I always forget what it is.
They match your deposit.
Match your deposit. I always say it the wrong way, so I'm gonna let you say it the right way. Up to $100, they'll match your deposit. It's like over unders if you're not into the straight betting lines, over unders, spreads. You just want to do some over under on points for like say we got the Knicks and the Spurs over here to my right. Actually, we have the under hopefully in the game, but let's say you would take from the Knicks. I can't even name a player from the Knicks. DeAndre Jordan, take him over 10 rebounds over under, and then they'll give LaMarcus Aldridge over 15 rebounds over under, and you put whatever wager you want. Things like 2, 5, 10, 50, whatever like that.
Yep.
20, whatever. And if they both go over under whatever you pick, you get your money. You win the money. I think it's a cool way because it's kind of taking a FanDuel approach to it, but also you can bet in different ways. You don't have to pick a bunch of players.
Yeah, it's really neat. Like I know, and you need to follow the Chalk TLS on Twitter because last night Nick gave out some good prop bets on there. It's just another fun way to
we got Drunk Riz in the building. That's awesome.
All right.
That's you go follow him at the Drunk Rizzo. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
At Drunk Rizzo.
At Drunk Rizzo. Sure. I'm gonna look that up real quick just so we don't get that wrong. So we got baseball. It's beautiful to have baseball back.
It's a beautiful time of the year.
It's just nice to see, even if it's just random games. Chris Bryant started off the season with his first at bat, home run. Beautiful to see. It was just, I love it. It is at the at Drunk Riz RIZZ 44.
Yep.
So go give that a follow on Twitter. It's a great follow. Can you please get to the point? The video's taking. Oh, sorry about that.
We're getting there. We got some business to take care of. So
yeah, we got to take care of the business. The Hawks lost today, 4-3 to the Dallas Stars. Tough game. Came back from down 3-0. It's just, it was a tough game. I thought they were going to pull it out at the end. They had a 4-minute penalty.
Yeah.
The Stars did. So the Blackhawks did. I thought they were going to make something happen. Patrick Kane's 20-point streak comes to an end. Sad to see it. But
it's a hell of a run,
World Series champs 2019.
Hell of a run. I mean, the Blackhawks it almost is starting to feel, 2 losses in a row, and you hate to be like this, but when you're in a playoff run like you are, I mean, every single game counts, and you can't afford to come out stale and give a team a 3-point lead, especially in the game of hockey where, like holding on to that lead is so much easier than trying to dig yourself out. And I know they got it back to tied at 3, but you've already spent all of that energy, getting up to, to back in it. And then by the end, I mean, what do you have left in the tank? And you lose a tight one. And, now you're still playing it day by day. And I think that's what's going to be
the point we're trying to make here is the Blackhawks. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
so let's just go into Patrick Kane's 20-point streak here. What happened during it? He had 17 goals, 26 assists, 43 points. He averaged 2.15 points per game. Seventh player in NHL history to have a 20-point plus streak. Owns 2 of the longest streaks by a U.S. player in NHL history. He is probably the best NHL player, American-born player of all time.
Yeah, I think we had that debate in the group message the other day. That it obviously Nick throws it out that Patrick Kane's better than Wayne Gretzky to kind of ruffle the feathers. But at the end of the day, I mean, he is the best American-born player, and I mean, he's still at a point of his career where he could still do a lot more. My biggest takeaway of this is like the Blackhawks have to come into every single game like it's almost like a one and done opportunity because you are fighting with 4 or 5 other teams to get into that race, to get yourself a playoff chance. And the way they play today, and you spot a team like Dallas, 3 goals, I mean, you're going to dig yourself in, way too far.
And look at this. They got the Anaheim at home at Anaheim on Wednesday, at LA, at San Jose, and then they come back home next week the week after to play the Buffalo, the Sabres, and then they go to Dallas. They have one out of their next 5 games. They have one home game. It's just going to be a tough road, and you needed to pick up at least one of these last 2 games. They needed to have something going on.
Tough, and you don't want to get to the point where you're banking on other teams losing because you put yourself in a really weird situation. You've got to take care of your business first is, I guess, the biggest takeaway of this.
We got our guy Nick here saying that Gretzky, Kane is better than Gretzky.
I love it.
I love it. That's just like you said. That's a typical Chicago meatball fan.
I love it.
I'm not going to say that Patrick Kane isn't a great player. I don't think he offensively. I mean, Gretzky, unbelievable player. But
Nick has also made some great points about it. Like I want to see what Patrick Kane could do playing against some of the goalies and some of the defenses that Gretzky got to play against. It's a different game.
It's just different. It's hard to say.
Exactly.
We can just go with he is the best. I mean, we think the best American player of all time. But yeah, it was a tough loss. You really needed it today at home. The last 2 were at home. You can't be dropping games at home, especially when you're on or when you're in a battle for that last that playoff spot. You cannot do that. So, Hawks 19 games to go, 5 points from playoffs. I mean, it was tough. I mean, especially because you played 2 teams that were right there with you.
Yeah, the
Avalanche, who are on fire. They won again last night. It's just. The Blackhawks are doing themselves no favors.
Right. That's the thing. I mean, and like we've said it multiple times, like they have to be able to take care of their own games and not be scoreboard wishing. And that's what, if you don't take care of it, that's what it's going to turn into is you got to wish that, teams like the Wild and teams like the Blues are going to, lose their games and get yourself in via that. And that's just not us. You can't sustain that going forward. And you're getting down into crunch time. I think there's maybe a month plus of the season left.
Yeah,
you're getting down to
games.
It. It's time to decide whether you're going to be a contender or not. And the way they played the last 2 games, I'm not 100% sold that they're going to make it. But I'm obviously remaining hopeful because they have shown in some of those streaks that they went on that they are more than capable of being one of the hottest teams in the NHL and, the offense firing the way they have. So, you've got to make your decision now. You can't be wishy-washy and play, they're bipolar. They're playing as a great offensive team one game, and then they'll, have games like today where they give up 3 really fast and then have to dig themselves out of a hole.
Yeah, it's just a spot you don't want to be in. And yes, they're scoring goals like crazy.
Yeah.
But it's just that they have to do that to stay in games because the defense at some point looks so lost.
Yeah.
And
what was it? Was it last week where they played the maybe it was Ottawa. I can't remember where it was. The final score was 8-7. Remember that? I think it was just last week.
Yeah.
But I mean, you don't want to get into those kinds of games.
They had 8 goals in the first period. I think 7 goals in
the
first period that they gave up and had. It was just the Blackhawks. I think what was it? They've had an over streak that's historical. Their games have gone over.
I saw that on Twitter today too. So hopefully they can get back to those winning ways and not.
They don't play again until Wednesday, so that's 2 days off that they really. I mean, it's nice to have, but you don't.
Especially after the losses,
But it is nice to have, but you need to gain points. You need to gain ground. So it's just you really needed today's game.
Yeah,
and you just kept thinking something, and Patrick Kane was going to go in there. You thought he was going to have a nice little slap shot, but the Stars played well. They played amazing defense with that last little bit of a penalty there, the 4 minutes at the end there. So I guess just move on, but they're gonna have to do a historical ending because they are going to be on the road for most of it.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch. At least, like we said, though, I mean, think about where we were back in December, Zach. I mean, we were to the point where we were damn near counting the Blackhawks out at that point, and then they go on this incredible run, and now you have a reason to watch hockey in the month of March. I mean, that's something special right there, and I think that's something that we can't take for granted in the fact that this season looked a hell of a lot different 4, 5, 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, but like you said, it's just nice for at least there's a little bit of a playoff push.
Yeah,
even if we don't get there's a little bit of excitement until the regular season of baseball starts.
Yep,
get us in through there. Let's move right into that. We got baseball is back. Chris Bryant homered on his first at bat. A nice little 2-run homer. It brought in Jason Hayward, who led off the game with a nice little single. But I think the Cubs now are 2-0. They put up 9 spot against the Giants today. Tyler Chatwood out there. I think he gave up a few runs, but after the game, said he felt good. The Commands maybe feeling a little bit better.
Yeah, I think he had a walk, a hit by pitch, a single, and then a 3-run home run or something.
We'll see how it does when the game matters.
Yeah, it looked better than what he had last year. I mean, I know he had a couple. Obviously, had a couple at bats, today where he looked pretty below average. But you hope and you pray that at the end of the day, he's going to be something kind of what the Cubs expected and not what they got last year.
Yeah, and David Bodie gets hit in the head today.
Scary stuff. Anytime a guy takes
but they said
one
it's as good. It was. He was very fortunate that he didn't have anything that was going to be too bad. Maybe concussion, but Madison Bumgarner throwing it off your head that cannot feel.
Yeah,
good.
I don't know if I would take Manny Machado's contract just to get hit in the head with Madison Bumgarner. I mean,
no, that's very.
That thing was running high and tight, and I mean it ricocheted a good long way.
Yeah, we got some.
Oh, let's talk Sox, Nick. They're 0-3 because they suck. There's Sox talk. Boom.
Oh, let's talk about Sox. So the Sox missed out on Manny Machado, and then they said either Bryce Harper's not interested maybe, but not going to go after Bryce Harper. And then Marwin Gonzalez, who Nick had a nice little video the other day on the Loop Sports, which you can follow at the Loop_sports. He had his reaction to them not getting Marwin Gonzalez. Marwin Gonzalez signed to the Twins for 2 years, $21 million.
Was Marwin Gonzalez the guy who got in trouble for making the Chinese eyes?
I don't know. That's not the point here.
Nick might be able to help me out on this. I'm pretty sure it was Marwin Gonzalez.
That's
when he was with the Astros in the World Series.
I don't know.
Yeah, Yu Darvish.
I don't know. That's not the point of this. The point is that the White Sox missed out on a guy that they should have had, and he went to a division rival. So
yeah,
you got, like you said, you got to do something. You got to make some moves.
I don't know. I don't know where
now
all of
stop it.
Yeah, exactly. Careful what you wish for, there, buddy. But no, like it is interesting to see, that the White Sox offered more money, and he still chose. I mean, but like, can you blame the guy? I mean, think about it. Yes, it'd be great playing in the city of Chicago. But okay, I think Nick was telling me it was Marwin Gonzalez that got in trouble for doing that. But anyway, like. Even for $50 million less, like to live in San Diego, California, like that ballpark is, I kid you not, like 3 or 4 blocks off of the Pacific Ocean. Well, it is a beautiful ballpark. It's a beautiful downtown. It's a beautiful city. I would have taken a $50 million pay cut to play for the Padres. And he has no expectations. He'll never play in a playoff game. The Padres stink.
But don't pretend like they said, yeah, $350 million was with incentives, but the incentives they put in as like a 36, 35-year-old, like I understand where he may not want to bet on himself if he has the guaranteed money. With the Padres, I don't know why you just don't guarantee $300 million.
Yeah.
What are you losing there with the 20? The 20 mil. And now you've missed out on Machado, who was pretty much who you were saying you were going to get pretty much all offseason. And then you don't get him. Bryce Harper either fell through. I don't know what happened with the Bryce Harper thing. And then now you're sitting there with John Jay, who you were hoping. Oh, my God.
This is going to be – did you see the reports about –
see the press conference? He was just saying how he talked to John Jay, and who was his brother?
Yonder Alonso.
And they said San Diego's beautiful.
Yeah, they told him that, and they play for the White Sox.
That's funny.
What a joke.
He's set to make $1,800.
Pico, good question.
$185,000 a game.
Yeah, dude, it's insane, man. Like, it's insane.
And
like I said, for a guy that there's no expectations on the guy's shoulders because he'll probably never play in a playoff game.
Pico just said, "Do you still think he'll sign with the Nats?" No, he's going to sign with the Phillies, and it's going to be done by at least Tuesday.
I was going to say, I actually almost tweeted that out last night that I'm pretty sure that Bryce Harper is going to be a Philly for the next 10 years, and it's looking like that's going to be the reality of the situation.
I don't know how long it's going to be, but I do know it. I don't know, but they say it's going to be the Phillies.
Yeah, and like good for him. I mean, like.
Good for the Phillies. So
okay.
We'll get
whatever. Then log off. Like
with the whole thing going on with the Manny Machado, Bryce Harper, it's all falling into place, but it still doesn't mean that why it took that long.
Yeah, nothing has been explained to that. Like, what was the holdout? And like, it really has never been proven. Like, no one's even mentioned it. Like, it literally just feels like two guys in, like you're picking teams and you just want to like hold out to see if like a better player is going to come, or I don't even know like what a comparable situation is. And thanks, Nick. I was trying to be nice about it.
Yeah, I don't really.
It's an hour-long show. Like, what the hell do you expect? We're here to talk about sports. We've been on the air for 18 minutes, so either strap in for the next 52 or get the hell out. I don't care.
I don't know if you can kick people or what.
No, just log out. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
fine.
So we're back to
ruining the show, bro.
Anywho. But like it is, I do like Nick's confidence that you know, he will go to the White Sox. I think, and I've said this from the beginning, I would love to see one of those big-name guys go to the White Sox because it would offer me more entertainment. It's a selfish way to think about it, but, like, that's honestly, you know, where I sit with it because, you know, there's so many days in my profession that, you know, in the summer I have a lot more time than I do, you know, outside of it. So there's days I would love to sit and watch a good Sox game in you know, a new
with
1
Jason
o'clock
Benetti.
start. Yes, and I love Jason Benetti. But then to turn on a Cubs game, you know, a 4 o'clock start, whatever the case is. But I think it's down to two things. I think either Harper's going to sign that contract with the Phillies. It sounds like the owner's pretty determined, like giving him a blank check and saying, what do you want? You know, basically you make it out now. Like, he's held his ground long enough. Like, let's just make this happen. So it'll be interesting to see I'm also interested to see how much longer it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, like we're already, 3-4 days into spring training and we've only got one of the big chips to fall. So how long can Bryce possibly hold out, you know, anymore?
I mean, I don't think it's really the sense of a holdout anymore. It's pretty much just getting it done.
Right.
It really doesn't matter if he's there the first few weeks of spring training. I still don't get why they don't make you at least sign the contract right before spring training. I mean, make it happen.
Yeah.
Set a deadline at some point. I think it's
we're
weird.
way past that. We're way past what it should be. But it is nice, you know, to pull up, you know, the Score app and see that you know, there's baseball games going on, and you know, KB hits a home run in his first at bat of the spring, and you know, even seeing, I think Yohan Moncada. I think he's done. I don't know if he's hit any home runs, but I know he's had a pretty decent start so far. Maybe Nick will help me out on that. I'm not sure, but I know I've seen quite a bit of stuff. And also, make sure you're following the Loop Sports. We have some guys down there at White Sox.
At White Sox, it's really cool. because most of these games are really not televised on TV. Mostly through, I think the Cubs is pretty much just, I can hear it on 670, but you can maybe get some random videos from some people down there. But it's cool content that they got going on down there. Some up close and personal with the Sox.
Yeah, it's really neat stuff. So make sure you're tuned in. This is going to be a fun year, I think, on both sides of town. I mean, I think you're going to see the Sox make strides. I know that they're not going to see Kopech, till 2020, but you're going to see some of those guys. I don't know, how long do you think it'll be till Eloy comes up? I know they've said.
Days,
do you think
does
anybody think that it's going to go longer than that?
I don't know. I wouldn't think so.
Right.
But
one would assume
I would think that they would just do it right then and there.
It'll be interesting to see. Like I said, it's just fun to have baseball back.
Yeah, it
just feels good. And then watch, Sports Center at night and see, clips of games. And my guy Tim Tebow out there hustling his butt off in left field. So
yeah, he's doing what he's got to do.
Exactly. And he's getting robbed.
Yeah, he is getting. Like they said, that's just a one-way ticket to hell if you're going.
Yeah, if you're going to rob Tim Tebow. Oh yeah.
Well, let's move on. We're going to move on now to the Bulls. The Bulls beat the Boston Celtics last night.
The Bulls are the hottest team in the NBA,
baby. They beat the Celtics by 10. I think some of us are overthinking it. I have a group text with some buddies that was shout out the scheme team.
Jesus.
That was just pretty much going on about how we're going to get we are probably going to get the 4th seed up. I feel like the 1 through 3 seed is kind of out of our hands now. It's going to be tough to get down there. But I do think that we're overthinking this game, and the fact that I think the Celtics are on a downward spiral was the word you were looking for. And because they are not playing well as of late, it seems like all they're doing is getting into fights with each other. Kyrie is talking to LeBron now, saying that he feels LeBron's pain because you got some players on this team that he doesn't really like. And I just think that Zach LaVine, 42 points last night. Lauri Markkanen, 35 points, 15 rebounds. It's nice to see the young guys play well.
Yeah, they combined for 77. They both set career highs. Those things are good to see. What I don't want to see is them get so hot they take themselves out of even the remote possibility of getting that top spot. Yeah, I think it's a long way to go, but let's see how hot the Bulls can stay, because 3 in a row is something we were kind of hoping we wouldn't have to see for a while.
Yeah, I would really hope, but it's just but it comes with the Otto Porter, who had a little bit of a leg injury.
Yeah,
set out pretty much
his knee
the second half of the game, which I thought was going to help them lose the game, but it did not. But the Otto Porter is a good player, but still, I don't think we're going to get better than a 4th seed.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. But like you said, though, it's the best part of it is that the young guys are the ones that are playing well.
Oh, your mother says she likes the new edition.
Shout out.
Yes, we got that on the night we went to the basketball game to see your mother get an award.
Yeah, shout out to my mom. She ran track in NIU for a year, and they did an award thing for all the former women athletes at NIU. So shout out to the alumni NIU. But no, back to the Bulls. There's a lot of talent here, and I think that when we've talked about this multiple times, that Jim Boylen is kind of the X factor here, and is Jim Boylen going to be around when we want these guys having 44 and 35 nights, and I just hope he's not around next year. I hope he's not around.
Much the spot where it's tough to look, even with Gar and Pex. At least they're not there on the court. You don't see them. When you look out there, you look over there, and Jim Boylen is coaching the team. It's just sad. It sucks.
It does.
And the confidence
feels
that they have in him, I guess, I don't get it. Like I said, if we get Zion Williamson somehow, and his first head coach in the NBA is Jim Boylen, maybe he deserves to go somewhere else with it.
Yeah, I would hate to do that to poor old Zion.
The guy doesn't deserve it. He's an amazing player. Who knows if he'll play in college anymore? I think he'll still be back for the tournament.
I'd sit out. I'd be done. Coach K, appreciate everything you've done, but I am gone.
They have an insurance policy on
I
think it's but
if he drops below the 15th,
which even if he tears his ACL, he's not falling below anything.
Even if you're telling me that
go 2 or 3 if that would happen, but he's still going to be a top pick.
Okay, the whole did you see that Nike's stock had dropped because of Zion's shoe.
But I also think that this is going to make it. He's going to get like an unlimited amount of money contract from
Dude, it's the
Nike.
dumbest thing. Like, here's my problem with like the whole stock thing. I know Darren Ravel was all over it, but the whole shoe like stock thing. If you think as let's say like 190-pound, 5'8" average, American male, that you're gonna blow through a shoe the way Zion Williamson does, you're an idiot. And if you're selling your Nike stocks because of that, you're a dumb person, because he is 6'9", weighs 290, and he's going to do something to a shoe, and he does things with his body that you will never, ever, ever be able to do. So it's the dumbest thing in the world when I saw an Igor, their stock dropped 1.7% because people were afraid that their shoes were crap. Like, that's just the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah, I mean, it's dumb, but it's also something like I could see it. With it looks bad,
but at the same time, like it
I don't
doesn't.
Know how stocks work though, so who knows? I don't really
People
know.
literally think that like Nike's quality is bad now because Zion Williamson blew through a shoe.
Well, I like the comment. Lori Markkinen has had 9 straight games with 20+ points. Turned out to be just a great pickup. I love
better than Jason Tatum.
Oh, our guy Dorno, Ryan Dornick,
Dorno.
had some little bit of Twitter rumblings there. He got some retweets. I loved it. He's always the king of. I mean, he even threw out some other stats at him that even made it even better. Knows what the hell he's talking about too, which is great. Yeah. When the trolls try and come at you.
Absolutely.
But a great little Twitter. I don't know how, I like when we get like a little bit of Twitter fame.
Yeah, I went on a little Twitter troll today too about.
Oh yeah, you did
about Sammy Sosa.
His was actually like
he substantiated.
He did something.
I did it just to poke the bear.
Yeah, you just do it to troll. He actually.
I am a habitual bear poker.
Yes, but it's always fun. I of all people know that.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, 3 straight for the Bulls. It's tough. It's tough to be in a spot where you need to lose, but when you win a few games, it's kind of nice. It's kind of cool to say, I won a few games.
Right.
Looking like
now, if
the
Bulls
direction.
were winning games because like Robin Lopez was having 44, then I'd have a different issue.
I'd be like, this is dumb. Sammy Sosa. Let's get out of here with the Sammy Sosa talk.
Sammy Sosa.
He's a legend.
I
don't care they did steroids. If you bring up the steroids, that's just that means you have already lost the argument.
I'd love steroids. I think every professional athlete should be forced to take steroids.
Wait, it's worth $7 million to be the number 1 pick.
Yeah, but Zion's still going to get insane endorsement money.
I saw there's a guy on 670, but it's like CBS Sports Radio, whatever it is, and he just kept getting so mad about Kyler Murray.
About picking baseball?
Picking
football over
baseball.
He
duped him. I'm like, I had to get off of it. It was like the pony or whatever.
I don't know who what you're talking about. Yeah,
it was some guy that was doing 670. I wanted to call in, couldn't figure the number out because I don't see what he owes an organization like that. I mean, I guess yes, it was a 9th pick, but like you said, there was a guy a baseball coach called in. He's like, I had a number one overall pick on my team, and he's been sitting in the minors for 4 years.
Exactly.
Like just sitting, and you have your guaranteed money, but
at the end of the day, like the average salary of a minor league baseball player is like below the national, the national poverty line.
Nick is pro steroids.
I love steroids. I wish if it didn't.
I'm not like. Nowadays, it's a little bit different.
No,
back then, it was all
juice them all up. I want to see like Ronnie Coleman out there playing baseball.
But in baseball, it really does. It's the one sport you cannot get caught with steroids because it's going to hurt you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're going to get is it 80 games first offense?
Yeah, it's half a season.
And Melky Cabrera knew that.
50 games, maybe. I don't know. Maybe 50 games. But anyway,
what is the number? Because it's like what?
It's 50.
Is it 3 offenses? You're gone forever.
Gone forever. Yeah.
Has there been any guys that were gone forever?
Yeah, there's been a couple minor leaguers that have been booted forever.
Well, minor leaguers. I
don't think any professional.
Can't see that because.
Yeah, I mean, but like we've talked about it.
If I'm in the minor leagues, I am trying.
I'm juicing too. I'm going to do whatever I can to get to the next level.
I'm doing what I got to do to get my way to the major leagues.
Exactly.
Whatever it takes, I am going to try it. Let's move on to some great news for the Chicago Bears. They released kicker. Well, Cody Parkey will be released at the beginning of the NFL league season.
League year, yeah.
When is that?
Gun in my head, couldn't tell you.
Oh, but
I want to say it's like before the NFL draft.
We will no longer have Cody Parkey on our team. these guys must get the information from the agent because it came out saying Pro Bowler Cody Parkey, former Pro Bowler Cody
Still
Parkey.
a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, but not the. And
I can't wait for this to happen. After this year, Mason Crosby's probably going to retire and then we'll sign Cody Parkey, and he'll just be lights out against the Bears.
That's fine. I mean, if he goes out and does something that's on us, but
March
not even
13th.
on us. He missed 11 kicks last year.
Yeah, he was pretty
You can't
ass.
just – and he's getting paid $5 million to do that. That's the thing, is you're getting paid a lot of money to do that. If he goes and does something somewhere better, then that's on you. Good job. Great to go. But I'm not going to sit around and wait for that moment.
Right.
That I get Cody Parkey to go 15 for 15 next
Does
year
anybody think that maybe there's a possibility the Bears are looking to maybe draft a kicker? I don't know.
I think the league year starts March 13th.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm just kidding.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, thank you for
But
that.
what are the odds that, the Bears take a kicker out of the draft?
Maybe later
do
rounds.
you waste a
I don't even think we have a first-round pick, do we?
the Bears do not have a first round.
So that's fine. I mean, our first-round pick is Khalil Mack, whose birthday was this past week. I think he turned 28, maybe 27. So we got
Khalil Mack is younger than me.
So yeah, I think so.
Jesus Christ.
But we got Khalil. That's what I always keep thinking about. If Sox fans, if you're down on Machado, just think about Khalil Mack for a little bit. At least you get to think about that for a while. And I'm not even getting down that the Sox. Like you said, we gotta get a little bit of a Sox talk.
Yeah.
Going. So you got you're gonna have Eloy coming up. You got Dylan Cease coming up throughout the season. You're gonna have some fun with the younger guys. You're gonna have their day when they all come up.
And I think Moncada is gonna be kind of that. Like, I know we've talked about it a little bit because obviously the guys we know, at the Loop that are big Sox guys, but I think Moncada is gonna have possibly maybe an all-star type season. I mean, I think he's gonna be probably the best player.
A lot of playing time.
Yeah, he's going to play every day.
And no surprise, Tim Anderson is the happiest guy ever that Machado was that.
Yeah.
They're like, how do you feel about it? Oh, great. I kept my job.
Oh, Tim, you get to keep your job for another season.
Why?
Be very average.
What are your thoughts on it? Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think he was going to say?
You're right.
I really wish we would have gotten
I wish
Machado, so then I would just
But at the end of the day,
play.
like, if he was locked into a contract, be like, yeah, I'm going to take the same amount of money and play, like, every fifth day. But that would have been nice.
But
my lazy ass would have been all over that.
What do you want to say? Yeah, I'm really devastated. The guy who was going to take my spot is not coming here anymore.
Yeah, that would have been funny. He'd been like, yeah, I wish he was here. Then I wouldn't have to play every day.
And I really do feel bad for the Sox fans as they get Machado. And then it's just the press conference he had when he got to San Diego was just like another punch in the face, just kind of teasing the fact that he was thinking about the Sox, this and that.
And
but
basically got talked out of it by John Jay.
The two guys on their team, he got talked out of being on their team. He's like, oh, man, I'm really happy for these guys that led me to the team that they formerly were on. And then the guys on the radio were like, oh, you can't really you can't get mad at them. They don't really have any loyalty to the side. They're
only getting paid by it.
They're on the team.
They're making their living from them.
Like, that's unbelievable. But
hate to see it.
You hate to see it, but it's funny. You got to sit back and laugh at it a little bit because it sucks. And it looks like Rick Hahn is very devastated he didn't get him either. It seemed like he wanted him bad.
Yeah.
And it did seem like he was kind of beaten up by it.
Right.
He almost sounded like he was going to cry on the radio, which I would too if you were that close to guys that and you find out via Twitter or however he did. But what you can't when that much money is on the table and a spot like San Diego, you just never know what came into play.
Exactly.
Especially a guy like Machado. You never really know what's going through his head. If it's really the money or if he's looking for a good team.
I'm telling you, dude, he's got the best life now.
Eric Hosmer, though, they got two good guys out there. Are they going to build around it?
Well, the problem is they play in the same division as the Giants and the Dodgers, who at their best are really, really good baseball teams.
But the Dodgers, who did give up a lot, thinking maybe they were going to get in on Harper, lost a few guys.
Yeah.
They lost Puig, Alex Wood. So they are going to be maybe down a little bit too. And Kershaw already seems like I actually did see this. He's having some weird pains in his arm, so he's already kind of
shutting him
down
for a couple days.
So I think Kershaw is in a weird point in his career where he's going to be hurt at some point during a season.
Yeah.
And I don't think that the Dodgers have a lineup now to sustain that.
Right.
Who knows?
It'll be interesting. I think the Giants are going to be sneaky good this year.
Because as much as everyone wants to say, yes,
because the Diamondbacks are tearing down. The Rockies might be.
Well, the Cardinals are rivals of the Cubs, but also the Dodgers. And people need to forget that.
Yeah.
The people forget that the Cubs have been swept by the Dodgers at some point in the playoffs. I remember that back in the day.
Yeah,
they've seen the Dodgers a lot in the playoffs. Beat the Dodgers to go to the World Series the year they won the World Series. Lost the next year. So, as a Cubs fan, I would also like to see the Dodgers maybe struggle a little bit.
I would love to see
maybe the Padres can get a little bit of a chance. But like you say, both the other than them going to the Sox, which would have been, I would have actually been okay with it. For Cubs fans, the Bryce Harper Machado thing is going to work out kind of badly because they're going to 2 NL teams.
Yeah, I wish they would have went to somewhere in the American League. I'm not saying they're going to make their teams better than the Cubs, but we're going to have to face them more. And the Phillies are going to be. I mean, the Phillies had a good start to the year last year, and they're really young, so I think they could be dangerous with Harper. And I think the Padres have the best minor league system in baseball, if I'm not mistaken. So if they can get those guys up, and they have Hosmer for quite a while, and then they'll have. I shouldn't say that that Manny's never going to play in the playoffs, but it'll be a while before Manny gets a chance to play in the playoffs.
Yeah, but maybe he'll be in the playoffs before the Sox are. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Because you got Michael Kopech coming up also throughout the season, so it's going to be an exciting season.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be a fun year on both sides.
At least you'll have some fun with it. Like I said, you'll have some days where you're gonna be able to bring up Moncada and stuff Eloy and Cease, and you'll have the days. And it's hard to say you can't get mad at the.
No, I would do the exact same
14
thing.
days. But it is also the reason where I think Adam Wainwright was the other day that said 2021 it's going to be a strike, and baseball will go on strike. So
I mean
that kind of sucks.
It's not the owner's fault for playing the rules correctly. I mean, that's the smart thing. It was smart when the Cubs did it. It was smart when it's smart now when the White Sox are doing it. So, if you don't like the rules, and do something about it.
Yeah. But like you said, thank goodness the Bears are going to get rid of Cody Parkey. I don't know if he could have even stepped into training camp without just getting booed. They knew that, especially after the Today Show thing. It was just a downfall from there. Love the Bulls win even though they want. It was a nice win. Like you said, with Laurie and Levine going off for 42 and 35. It looks good for the young guys, but it's just one of those things. Every time you win a game, you're like, oh crap, it might screw you at the end. So, like you said, it's a nice win, but where is it going to lead? Nowhere. That's the thing. It's going to lead to nowhere, at least for right now, because the organization's not in a spot to win. The organization itself is not in a spot to win. It's not the players really at this point. It's the organization. So one win against the Celtics isn't going to fix anything. I don't know what's going to have to happen, but something is going to have to change.
It's a good win, though. It was a fun win. I mean, against the Celtics, it's always nice, to beat Boston. I hate Boston, so I'll always.
And like I said, they are on a.
Adam, you're right on that, buddy.
They are going down. Their stock is going down as a team. And they're just starting to fight, and Kyrie is starting to look very uncomfortable.
He's going to be the point guard in Los Angeles next year.
Or the Knicks. They have said the Knicks with him and KD.
Yep.
It's on me. I had forgotten to get candy the last few weeks. We are going to bring back our candy reviews. We got some crunchy mint M&Ms.
I'm going to love this.
We got some. Beautiful.
I'm a big mint guy.
I forget how we do the scoring.
4 stars.
4 stars. I'm a big mint guy too. If I could,
I love you for getting the king size one. I really appreciate that.
I don't really think they had any other sizes.
Either you could have just taken the compliment. All right. And if you guys have tried these, let us know how many stars out of 4 you're going to give. Like we said, they are the crunchy mint M&Ms in the green package.
Ooh, it's kind of like a mint one, and then there's like a chocolate one.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, you guys had to bear through us just chomping down some M&Ms, but Oh, yeah. I already got mine. That's a 4 out of 4 banger. That's all day.
I think they're good. Let me give it 3.5.
3.5. That's a respectable number. My thing is, I love mint stuff. Like Mint chocolate chip. If we're talking like basic ice cream flavors, mint chocolate chip, very, very solid. So this, I mean, just a mint M&M is not that great, but you put the little cookie crunch in the middle, that's a banger right there.
Yeah, it was good. Now we got Chance. You got Chance bringing it up here. Yeah, now he has to bring the candy next week. So
Yep.
that's back on you.
I've got a couple loaded up in the arsenal, and if you guys have any suggestions for candy we need to try,
yeah, because I looked through it and like this. I mean, that's different, but it's hard to find like super crazy. Like,
yeah, you got to go to like weird gas stations. Like truck stops have the best ones. They always get the newest stuff. So, no, I'm just gonna keep snacking on these the whole time. These are really good.
Yeah. Well, let's move into our TCF top 5. We're going to do sports movies. Because we're about to record our podcast right after this, which will be out tomorrow morning on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on Spreaker. Find it. We'll be tweeting it out. It'll be on the Facebook. But we will be doing. We are going to be teasing a little bit of a new segment on there about sports movies, where you'll be watching. We'll have you maybe a little bit of an assignment to watch 2 sports movies, and then we'll be talking about it the next week. So we were going to do our top 5 sports movies. Also, go check out TCF. Great debate. We are doing the top our version of like a March Madness of the Chicago sports players of our generation who we know of. Our guy Matt Schofield. We'd say Schofield because we have a guy, our buddy, that he set it all up. It's awesome. We're getting some great response on there. We're getting about 100 votes per one, which we love. It's awesome. That
make sure you vote Sammy Sosa ahead of Jermaine Dodd.
Yeah, well, that's where Boomy over here got into his troll today. Was that he not a fan of the old Jermaine Dodd?
No, not at all.
Even though he was,
can't even spell his last name right. Should be D-I-E. Which
we came up on. I think it was about a month or so ago. We did Chicago trivia, which we'll be doing on tonight's podcast. Mm-hmm. And he was the 2005 World Series MVP, and you did not know that.
Who cares?
You kept saying that I was like teasing you. That I really wasn't teasing you. Like I don't know it either.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we are going to do our TCF top 5 sports movies. We can try and do this, but you're going to lose, Boomy.
Damn it!
Easy money. My number 1 sports movie. I'm not gonna take yours because I know it really means more to you.
Yeah, I got 2. Top 2.
I'm gonna have to go with 61, ain't I? Because that's what I put on my other one.
Probably
sports movie. Can I get my second? Because I don't think you'll have it either. Oh no, you go.
My number 1. I'm gonna go Hoosiers.
Oh.
I'm gonna go Hoosiers number 1 and Field of Dreams number 2.
I left you Field of Dreams.
Those are my 2 favorite sports movies. Those are ones that I have on the DVR that never get deleted, just because I love going back and watch them.
My number 2 would have to be Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
because it was like I was right around that age when it came out. It was just a fun movie to watch. It's an uplifting movie. It's also going to be one of the movies we will be having on our podcast tonight, which you'll have to watch, and then we will be reviewing it next week.
And Field of Dreams will be my choice this week, so make sure you before – what are we going to say? A couple weeks. Make sure you watch those movies. We're going to give our review. We're going to give you some homework, so make sure you pay attention and make sure if you haven't watched those, first of all, what the hell are you doing with your life that you haven't watched Field of Dreams or Rookie of the Year?
But get on it.
Did you say Rookie of the Year or The Rookie?
Is it Rookie? Is it The Rookie of the Year?
Wait. Rookie of the Year is Henry Rollingardner.
Yeah.
That's the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were talking about The Rookie with Dennis Quaid.
No.
Okay.
I do like that movie, but I would just say
Rookie of the Year is a banger.
Yeah, because it's just one of those. It's a Cubs guy, and and then who was the guy that was the pitching coach? Not the pitching coach. The crazy guy.
Rigmeyer.
With the sunflower seeds?
Yeah.
Great. He gets stuck between the doors.
Hot ice.
We can't get too much into it.
You heat up the ice.
We'll get more into it after, because I think it'll be fun. It's getting cold. It's just crappy weather outside. Might as well sit inside, watch some movies on some like Tuesday nights. We'll give you some homework.
Yeah.
We'll call it homework. And then if anyone asks you why you're watching sports movies, tell them TCF told you. My number 3, so my 1 was 61. My 2 was the Rookie of the Year, or Rookie of the Year, whatever it is. My 3, what should my 3 be?
Oh, please don't say this because I've got my third.
I think Coach Carter. Big fan of Coach Carter.
That movie's overrated.
I like it.
Not a fan.
It was just, like you said, it's a movie that came out when I was my age, and it's a good movie.
It's an okay movie. My number 3 is Remember the Titans.
Okay.
Remember the Titans, I think, is the best football movie out there. And you know me with being the history dork that I am. I love that kind of older stuff. And, the civil rights movement and things like that was going on around the movie. It's probably my all-time favorite football movie. My number 4, God, there's so many good choices. And I'm just going to get roasted for forgetting some movies from some of my family.
It's hard in the moment.
I know. This is a lot harder than – we do not prepare for this. We literally came up with this right before we went live. My number 4, I got to do this. Shout out to my brother. I've got to go with Semi-Pro.
Yeah.
Me and my brother probably watched that movie 500 times on DVD back in the day. So I'm going to go Semi-Pro with number 4.
Okay. And then you can round yours off.
No, you got –
Oh,
I just gave 3 and 4.
So I got 4
and 5, and then I have my 5th.
4. It's a good sports movie that. Ooh, 42.
Oh, the Jackie Robinson.
I think that's a really good movie.
That
the way
is
they
a
put
solid
it together.
movie, yeah.
And it's like I always say with that, it's a good movie for kids like us now to watch, like how it used to be.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of goes along with the Remember the Titans thing.
Yeah, it's a good modern movie to remind you of how bad it was back then.
Yeah, and different, the playing conditions and the way the world was at that time.
I got one more.
What's your 5th? Yeah.
5th. Huh. It's like you just like there's so many sports
I know.
movies.
I'm literally trying to narrow things down in my head, and I'm having a really hard time.
Oh, I thought this is like an emotional movie. We Are Marshall is a very good movie.
Never saw it.
It's about maybe we'll have to
I know the story behind it,
and it's just,
but
it's
I've
great,
never
Matthew
seen it.
McConaughey is a great actor in it, and it's just like you said, it just tells a great story. Not a tragic story,
right?
But it tells it in a way that it really shows you what they went through.
Pigoy chiming in with Hardball, another solid movie. It was a good movie. Definitely not in my top 5 though. I liked the movie, but it was definitely not in my top 5. So that's a good choice. My number 5, and like you said, this is tough because we're both, sports guys. So we've seen basically every sports movie you could imagine. I'm going through movies like Tin Cup, and I'm going, like Happy Gilmore and Waterboy. Because you know me, I'm more of a comedy guy. Like Friday Night Lights. I don't know if I could.
I'm not really. I was never.
You didn't like it.
I didn't say that.
But I also read the book in high school, so I liked it a little bit more.
Also,
Little
I was going
Giants.
to watch the whole series with your brother and Cody Zink, but then they watched it super quick without me.
All right, so with my number 5, damn, this is tough. I'm gonna go Happy Gilmore.
Oh no. I can't believe I forgot that movie.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we both did. Wow. Yeah.
That would definitely, I wish I could go back and I would put it in the place of Coach Carter. That would be my fill-in.
Too bad. We both, man, we really messed that one up. How did we forget Major League?
What did you just say?
Happy Gilmore.
Oh,
I said Major League.
Oh, so you did take it.
No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that to you. I did say it right before they said Major League.
You know what though? That's going to be my second movie. That'll be next month's video.
I mean, people. That is an all-time.
Gosh dang it!
It's my second favorite baseball movie.
I like Major League, the first one.
Yeah,
there's 3 of them actually.
I think so. Yeah,
there's one in the minors.
But also, in the same breath, though, dude, that movie did come out before either of us were born.
Yeah, but dang it, that's still a good movie.
Yeah.
So, that was TCF Top 5 Sports Movies. Again, we will be doing...
Let us know the other ones we missed out, though. Thanks. We appreciate Nick. I can't believe we forgot that one. That's on us.
You could just let that...
But we also do very little preparation.
No, maybe we should do a little bit more, but it was...
But that's the fun of it. So let us know what we missed. We'll put it out on Twitter here very shortly. So make sure you chime in. I'm really disappointed in both of us.
This under?
No, that we forgot Major League.
Oh, yeah. That's on us. But, again, thank you for tuning in to Sunday Nights with TCF, presented by The Loop Sports. I am Zach Lilia. You can follow me at ZLiliaTCF. You can follow us on the main page at typical_Chicago. You can follow The Loop Sports at The Loop_Sports. You can follow the Typical Chicago Fans on Instagram and Facebook at Typical Chicago Fans. You can follow Loop Sports on Instagram and Facebook at The Loop Sports. Send YouTube page.
Yep. Make sure you go to YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube page, head over to Apple Podcasts, follow or subscribe, rate, and review, and also follow us on Spotify. Send us a screenshot that you do, and we'll put your name. We've had no one send us a screenshot that they do one of those things. So someone's going to get a free shirt, and if one person enters,
They get it.
then they get it. And make sure you go to The Loop Sports. Check out the TCF great debate going on right now. Lots of voting. Vote for Sammy Sosa, not Jermaine Dye.
I don't know about – yeah, I would definitely vote for Sammy Sosa. I was looking over here. Yes, the TCF great debate. It's awesome. It's going on. We're getting a lot of love from it, but we want more. Just get it out there. It's just fun conversation. Talk about with your friends. Again, thank you to our sponsors, SeatGeek. You use the promo code TheLoopSports in all caps, and you get $20 off your first purchase over $30. A little $20 off on us. Thank you to 26shirts.com, Chicago. Great shirts, awesome. They do it for a great cause. We love them. And Monkey Knife Fight. I think you actually put some money in.
Yeah, I've got some money in there. I need to get once this week. I'll probably start playing some stuff, especially if Nick is going to keep doling out some free plays there.
Yeah, and if you use the promo code LOOP, you get your money matched up to
your deposit will be
$100.
matched.
There we go. Deposit matched up to $100. We're just giving out free money. We love gambling, so we're going to give you some free gambling money.
Make sure you check out the Chalk TLS on Twitter. They're giving out free picks left and right, making folks money. Don't say we never did anything.
But again, check out our podcast that will be out tomorrow morning. We'll be talking. We got some new segments coming up. We got a little bit of Chicago trivia. Again, thank you for listening, watching. We love you.
Peace.